President Trump just did something unprecedented. He gave out $10,000 bonuses. This right here is massive, but many people were speculating that the Trump administration did this because he was rewarding those that worked during the government shutdown. According to reports, no. The answer is not because it was a reward. The reason is because the Trump administration feels that there will be another government shutdown on February 1st. And so what they just did is pretty much told you, you either come to work and potentially get a bonus, or you stay home and you just forget about it. Look at this. It says the FAA gives $10,000 bonuses only to controllers and technicians with perfect attendance during the shutdown. Okay, why is this a big deal? Well, it's a big deal because there's thousands of air traffic controllers and technicians. Here's the problem. It says right here, nearly 800 air traffic controllers and techs with perfect attendance during shutdown to receive $10,000 bonuses. 800. That's the reason why the Trump administration, according to reports, pushed this out there. By putting out a $10,000 bonus, essentially what they did is they are now saying that if the next government shutdown occurs, you better come into work. If you do not come into work, then there's a chance if there is a bonus, you're not going to get it. So mentally, what many of these air traffic controllers, and I actually have a couple friends that were in the running for this, okay, they are air traffic controllers, but they didn't have perfect attendance. One, I think, missed like 4 days. Like 4 or 5, something like that. It was really close. 4 or 5 days. And didn't get it. So by not going into work for those 4 or 5 days, won't get this $10,000 bonus. Okay? This is why it's a big deal. Okay? Because of this. It says, panic tears through U.S. as health insurance costs spike. The end of the Affordable Care Act subsidies is on the horizon. On January 1st, the cost for Obamacare is going to go up. It's going to increase because these subsidies are set to expire at the end of this year, the end of 2025. Now, here's the reason why I'm even showing you this. Okay? It says right here, Obamacare tax credits look likely to expire as Trump rules out an extension. It says Trump told Republicans not to waste their time on extending the Enhanced Affordable Care Act subsidies set to expire, saying he'd only support sending the money directly back to the people. President Trump is adamant. He is dead set on sending this Obamacare subsidy money back to the American people. He doesn't want to give it out through subsidies. He wants to give it to the American people so we can spend it as we wish. The problem with this is that Republicans or Senate Republicans agreed, specifically Senate Majority Leader John Thune. He agreed with Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and said that yes, we will hold a vote for your bill sometime in December. Bring us your bill in December and we will put this on the floor of the Senate and we will vote on it. But that does not mean President Trump is willing to sign any bill that the Senate and the House send to him. Not only that, the House representatives, and specifically Speaker Mike Johnson, he said he's not set on putting any bill on the floor of the House. He wants to see it first, so he's not guaranteeing that. But yet, that's what Democrats in the Senate thought, was that all Republicans agreed to this. It was going to go on the floor of the House and the Senate. And then President Trump would sign it if it gets passed. President Trump says no. He will not be signing a bill like that. But I want to read you this right here. Look at this right here. Okay? In this article, says, well, hold on. in this article right here, okay, says Republicans are racing to find a plan for enhanced Affordable Care Act subsidies. Here's what they're considering. Now, I want to read a little bit of this to you, okay? It says right here, if the enhanced subsidies lapse as scheduled, premiums are expected to soar 114% on average, according to KFF. It's a nonpartisan health policy research group. It says a 60-year-old couple making $85,000 could have to pay $20,000 more annually for coverage. Roughly 2 million fewer people will be insured next year if the more generous assistance lapses. It also says extending the enhanced subsidies would cost about $350 billion over the next decade. Okay. So President Trump wants to save that money. Give it back to the American people. That means $35 billion every single year. Here's the problem. $35 billion does not amount to much. It does not amount to much. Okay, I just want to be very honest. And just to give you an idea here, okay? If the Trump administration were to send out $2,000 tariff rebate checks or stimulus checks or whatever you want to call them, if you were to send out $2,000 rebate checks to, let's say, 150 million Americans, that would come out to $300 billion. Right here, this enhanced subsidies is going to cost about $350 billion over the next 10 years. So that means $35 billion a year. We're far from it. So this is what they're considering. Give the money back to the American people. Okay? President Trump says right here, this is what he posts on Truth Social. The only health care I will support or approve is sending the money directly back to the people, with nothing going to the big, fat, rich insurance companies who have made trillions and ripped off America long enough. Says the people will be allowed to negotiate and buy their own much better insurance. Power to the people. Okay. So this is what President Trump wants. Give the money back to the American people. Okay. Here's the other option. Now I want to show you something right here. It says right here, Republican Rick Scott, he's out of Florida, is working on a bill that will give Americans funds in HSA-style accounts and let them buy the health care they want. This will increase competition and drive down costs. Okay, so this is an option. We're still looking for all the details here. Some say this isn't going to work. Others say that this is a start. But again, nobody says yet, yeah, that's perfect, let's do it. Here's the other thing. I'll show you this. All right? Extending the subsidies. It says, while there are efforts on Capitol Hill to extend the enhanced subsidies, which are formally known as premium tax credits, though some GOP lawmakers are advocating changes to the assistance. A bipartisan group of 30 House members wrote a letter Monday to Senate Majority Leader John Thune and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, urging them to include House lawmakers in the health reform discussions. That right there is likely not going to happen. Okay? The House will likely put out a bill. The Senate will then vote on a bill. But again, there's no guarantees that it even passes. Here's the problem, though. Democrats believed that they're going to get their bill. It's going to be seen. There's going to be a vote on it. The issue is, even if it were to pass in the House or in the Senate, which is highly unlikely. Okay, it's highly unlikely because Democrats only have 47 seats, Republicans have 53. It needs 60 votes to pass. It will be seen, it will be heard, they'll vote on it, and it will likely be shot down. So it's never going to go to the House of Representatives. The issue is Democrats believe that their bill will be seen, will be heard, there's going to be a vote, and there's a chance it passes. No. As of right now, it's not going to pass. So based off what happened in the previous government shutdown, Democrats said that they wanted to see the Affordable Care Act subsidies extended, at least for 1 year. President Trump said no. That's not going to happen. So right now, there is a big concern that the government's going to shut down again on February 1st. Okay? If this happens, And again, even though the subsidies expire on January 1st, okay, the government is open, fully open, until January 31st, meaning February 1st, it will shut down. But here's the thing. There's been certain provisions within the government funding bill that are going to, certain parts of the government will shut down on February 1st. Other parts are fully funded till September 30th. Okay, so October 1st. So that's the difference this time, is this time we could see a longer government shutdown, which is why, according to reports, President Trump was adamant that we have to send out these bonuses. Because by sending out these bonuses, what this now does is mentally, all the air traffic controllers that missed out on this are now thinking, well, if it shuts down again, I need to go into work. Because if they do give out another bonus of $10,000, I want to be part of that. I need that money. I want to get that. That, according to reports, is why President Trump just did this. So, we'll see what happens. But what I can tell you right now is there is a huge concern within Congress that the government will shut down once again on February 1st. So, as we get more updates here, I promise I'll bring you all the latest news and updates as soon as we get them. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.